Hi guys, welcome back. I wanted to answer some of the questions that I've been receiving on my YouTube channel. People send in comments. Sometimes I answer in the comment section. Sometimes I'll make a video and quickly answer them. Sometimes I'll make a full video dedicated to answering your question. I looked at a couple of quick questions, more recent ones. Let's just quickly go through and answer them, okay? So Shala Yasmin, she asked two questions. What is the minimum price of a 1 BHK townhouse, 1 bedroom townhouse with toilets, bathrooms, washrooms? What is the minimum cost of, she asked the same question twice. 1 bedroom townhouse with 2 bathrooms. Look, 1 bedroom townhouse, they used to be available in Dubai. I think I remember there was only Jumeirah Village Triangle that used to have 1 bedroom townhouses or 2 bedroom townhouses. But here's how you actually find this out. It's very easy. There's 3 popular property portals in Dubai, okay? Property Finder, Bayut, and Dubizzle. Property Finder and Bayut are generally the preferred ones. They've got very good filter criteria available. So essentially speaking, just go to these property portals and do a quick search on what's available in your budget, right? It's pretty fast, pretty easy. It'll be more helpful for you. Waqas asks, thanks for the info. Which are the areas with highest net rental yield? I think it is International City and IMPZ. Now, while you might be correct, because I am going to point out something to you, you need to look at one of my videos where I talk about which property is right for you. I'll try to get it linked in the description by my team. Essentially speaking, look, you could look at International City as a property, but I always say, look, property should be customized to your requirements. Recognize something, that properties in International City and IMPZ that have very high rental yields have very high management costs. Now, by management costs, I mean either you're going to be managing the property yourself or there's going to be a property management company. Any property management company that's professional and worth their salt will not charge you a 5% fee for managing an International City property. They're going to charge you much more just because the tenants there tend to be very interesting and exotic, okay? I'm talking about International City, and you should look at one of my videos where I talk about the investment, or the right investment is the investment that's right for you, right? So personally speaking, I would tell my investors to sacrifice a percentage point, 1 percentage point on yield to have more balance in terms of the amount of money that they're getting over a longer period of time, right? And less stress as well, because hey, you can't really put a value or money to stress, but it can cost you much more. Deepak Nariani, he says, yes, most buildings are empty, most flats are unsold. Others which are sold are unoccupied as the expat force is compelled to leave Dubai due to loss. The rental yield is so low that landlords prefer to leave them empty rather than renting them at such low rentals. So Deepak, let me explain, or let me share my point of view. Thanks very much for your comment. The last time we saw where landlords actually kept apartments empty was the global financial crisis, 2008, 2009. Dubai was a immature, young infant market at that stage. And landlords essentially thought either the market's going to recover or they want to resell their apartments as brand new. Very quickly, by 2009 and 2009, beginning 2010, landlords started realizing that leaving apartments empty is essentially leaving money on the table. So in very rare cases where landlords, essentially don't need money from the apartment, are going to leave them empty. Most of the time, landlords are renting these apartments out. There have been an adjustment in rents because of the global pandemic. Dubai is open, but the world is not open. So everybody can't travel to Dubai unless you're a very high net worth individual at the moment. So because of that influx that generally Dubai sees, and that influx slowing down, rents have come down. So there's a slight variance between landlord expectation of rent and what tenants are willing to pay, which is causing those apartments to stay empty for a little bit longer. But landlords aren't going to keep them empty for a very long time. They try to test the market for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. At the point of 3 months, they get pretty much frustrated if they're not getting their rent, and they'll accept what market rent will get them, okay? On the other flip side, when rents are low, this is the time when you need to get into the market as a landlord or as an owner. Because you see, when rents are rising, sales prices are going up to give you the net rental income yield that landlords think are good for investors. But when rents are low, you can negotiate better with the landlords, right? What's the point of buying an apartment when rents are super high? Because essentially speaking, you're paying a higher sales price. Somebody called Straight Path asked me, hi, I have one doubt that I have is we buy a villa in Dubai, even after 30 years, the villa can get demolished and you can make a new villa. You still own the land, but what happens with the apartments in freehold buildings after 30, 40 years, once the structure is demolished? How do you still maintain ownership of the apartment in Dubai? Any idea? Essentially speaking, yes, you're right. The villa, you own the structure and the land. In an apartment, in a freehold apartment, you own the land as well in direct proportion to the amount of square feet you own in the apartment. So even if 70, 80, 30, 40, 100, in the UK there are buildings which are 500 years old. Granted, they're built out of stone, but I don't know when these buildings here are going to get demolished. They're going to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 120, 150 years. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know, right? Because buildings could get refurbished. But once they get demolished, I'm sure there's going to be a mechanism for the people to be able to pay for the reconstruction of the building. Or maybe, in 150 years, I don't know how we're going to be living. Maybe there are no cars, so there's no street requirements for road space to be there. And maybe the government allows you to build 5 or 10 extra stories on top of the building. I don't know personally, but you own a part of the land. Therefore, you can, once the building gets reconstructed, still own your apartment. Somebody asked me, it's a very long question, I'm not going to read the full question. In Dubai since X number of years, 42 years, this is M.E. Molur, looking to purchase a 3-bedroom in a certain project. They've offered me a certain payment plan, which is, this much down, then this much, then this much. Kindly advise if this is good or not. Mr. Mulur, M.E. Mulur, essentially speaking, the way I work as a real estate advisor is I assess your situation. What are the payments you can make? What's your 5, 10, 15 years strategy? You've been in Dubai, you mentioned at 42 years. I imagine you're close to retirement. Maybe you're close to 60, maybe you're between 60 to 70 years. Do you wish to stay in Dubai long term? Do you want to gift this to your children, this apartment? Do you want to use this as a holiday home? Do you want to move to another country? Do you have an extra passport? There's a lot of things that come into the picture for me to give you real solid advice. Without that, I can't, right? I can't. And so sorry, Mr. Muller, my advice is kind of like no advice to you, but you should actually, perhaps one of these days, my team can remind me, I'll talk about how to conduct a strategy session. I charge if you want to do it with me. Maybe I'll give that information for free available to you, and you can go through a template and do it yourself so that you can have a framework to reach a better decision for yourself and add value to your life. Ciao for now. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. My name again is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 14 plus years. I started in 2006 in Toronto, Canada, and since 2007 I've been doing this in Dubai. I generally talk about real estate, your life, my life, and our path to allowing financial bliss coming to us. If you want to work with me, such as buy a property in Dubai, or you need general advice, you can hit me up on in the contact form below. If you've liked this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, press the bell icon, and hit the like button and share it with other friends. Ciao for now.